All right, we're back at it. I said just a couple of minutes, didn't I? Let's get this ready for reveal number 835. 835 is supposed to be a 55D, not a 46S. Let's see. Okay. That's this roll. 1955D, original roll of Lincoln cents here. We'll open it up and go through it. Trying to pick this end open. They're not so easy to do. Take a little bit of effort without tearing up the paper. And I got people out there that use a screwdriver to do this. I'm just using a little plastic tool here and just prying the paper open just like that. Hello, Jim. Hey, Jim, any chance you're going to be at the Concord show on Friday? I will be. There we go. That end is done. All right. Finally got the wrapper off of these. 1955D. Got a really nice possible doubled eyelid in these. Also have a few nice RPMs. First coin goes to Doug. Jim, let me know if you're going to be at the Concord show on Friday. We'll meet up. Oh, RPM, first coin. Nice one. Looks almost like a tripled. Very nice, very nice. Alright, first 10 coins, we'll be looking at the reverse as well. This is the end coin, so it was exposed somewhat harshly to the environment for 70 years. So this will be for Doug. Nice little RPM to get us started. Sorry about that. Coin number 2 now. Yep, 55D is what these were supposed to be, not 46S. Sorry, that 46S roll is for a different time. That's why I wanted somebody to go check and nobody did. Didn't get me corrected on that. So I found out as I was between reveals that this one was supposed to be a 55D. Number 3 now for Taco John. And another nice RPM. I think this is another example of the same die that we just pulled for coin number 1. We can check that though. We have a little V shape underneath the D of God. A little V shape touching the head there. You can see this little V shape of die scratches. We'll check coin number 1 to be sure that this is same die. So that's coin number 3, definite RPM. Coin number 1 is also a definite RPM. And it is the same die. We've got that V shape under the D. So coins 1 and 3 are both the same RPM. Now coin number 4. This one's for Brad. Mr. Arnold, let's see what you got. Yeah. Got a bit of a die chip inside the first 5 of the date on this one. No doubling otherwise. For the obverse, let's check the reverse real quick. Die crack next to the left wheat. Nothing else there. Coin number 5, Chuck Daughtrey. And we have another one. So this one could turn up to be a pretty popular die for this roll. There's your V shape again under the D. So we got 3 of these out of 5 coins. Coin number 6 for Dirty Water. And this is none of the above. A little bit of a spotty coin. Number 7, Kurt Pierce. All kinds of luck with RPM 17 in the last roll. Nope, this one's got the die chip in the 5. So we run into that die again. Sometimes these rolls are really nice and clean with just a couple of different dies in them, and they turn up to work out nicely. This is another one, little V shape below the D. So this is another one of that same RPM again. Here's coin number 9. Número 9. And this one's got a big, like a big die dot above the 5s of the date. Different die. And no doubling on the obverse. Let's check the reverse. Little machine doubling up there. It's a little flat doubling. Nothing else there. Let's say Tim. What we get for him. This is another one of them. You see that big die scratch that goes over the 2 5s in the date? That is a sign that you've got this same RPM again. And you've got this messed up area around the T of trust. And you've got the V shape under the D of God. Little tiny die scratch right here on the bottom corner of the D. Then you have another one coming out right over here. And that's the same. All the coins that I've found so far of this particular die have all those exact same markers. We could probably look around and find other markers. Not a lot of point in doing that. We found enough to tell we've got the same die twice. That's all I am really after right now. There is another one. Another one. This one's for Mark. Got a lot of people going to get the same RPM here. Number 12. Paul. Mr. Hampton. What does Mr. Hampton get? This is not one of them. That's interesting. That's a split in the coin. I don't know if this is a cracked planchet or if it is a lamination. You find that out by looking at the other side. The other side, if it's showing any of those same stresses, that's a hair up there. I don't see any of the same stresses, so it could be that this is a beginning to a lamination peel on the obverse. Let's try that again, just to be sure that we're looking in the right place. No, I don't see anything there. So, that's pretty nice. That's for Paul Hampton. It's going 12, now 13. Frosty. Let's see if Frosty gets an RPM. No, not that one. Nothing there. Nothing there. How about number 14? Stan? Nope, that's the one that's got the die chip in the 5. And that's not going to be a die variety. Man, this weather is beautiful. I've got the windows open. There's a nice cool breeze out there. It's about 70 degrees. And that's the kind of weather I like. There's another one of them. This is a nice clean one here. Is that? That's a hit on the rim. So Taco John's going to get one. Let's look at coin 16 for Farm Dog. Farm Dog's been on a bit of a dry spell lately. Let's see if we can get him one. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Hello, Dimitri. Tim Weber. Let's see what you get. Yeah, nothing there. Oh, Woody. That's a very interesting bunch of marks. That is color of the planchet that is not damage to the coin. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Coin 18, Mr. Buyer. So, nope. That's got the big die dot above the 5s. So, another no-go. How about 19, Sissy? What do we get for Sissy? Another nothing. Coin 20. Paul Hampton. Some of these coins are sounding weird. Die chip in the 5. Very common occurrence, especially in the 50s. They have little die chips. I give anyone props who's going to go through trying to log all of the die cracks and die chips and stuff like that. Dimitri, this particular show is not for buying and selling. This is an education show here. Give me an email. Let me know what you've got. And I'll let you know what to do. For shin bone, got a nothing going on there. Oops, I'm sorry about that. That email is wrong. That's my email address. cd@coppercoins.com. cd@coppercoins.com. There's another normal one. Number 23 now, Carl. And not another one again. Wow. I thought we were going to turn something nice out of all this, and it seems we're getting a bunch of normal. Number 24 for Sissy. There's one of them right there. Nice little RPM. I was thinking there for a minute that we weren't going to run into anything else. You're welcome, Dimitri. Shinbone. Back to Shinbone, and Shinbone gets one. So now we're back on a streak. Here's 26, Eric Bayer. I've always just kind of stayed away from trying to make anything of the die cracks and chips and stuff like that, because for the most part those are an expected part of minting coins and don't have a lot of market interest, don't have much value, and I've always kind of seen them as a non-thing. Oh, there's a pretty one. Pretty one. Same die. Pretty coin. Much higher grade. That was for dirty water. That'll probably end up being a plate coin if we need it. 28. Frosty. Frosty the Snowman. I have to do that once in a while. Alright. Die chip in the 5. Not going to end up with anything else on this one. And so off it goes. There we go. 29 for Carl. Mr. Carl. What does Mr. Carl get? Well, we have different markers on this one. Nothing special. One for DC. Another one, same die. I ran into just a couple of minutes ago. So that's not going to be anything. We're 31 now. Brad? There's another one. We may end up with 2 dozen of these after all. Number 32, Kurt Pierce. Yeah, that one is not going to be anything. Number 33 now, Stan. Stan, where did your coin go? Here it is. Oh, that's a pretty one. Definitely another one of them. There's your V under the D. Yeah, V under the D. Coin 34 now, Nanostacks. Let's see what you get. Bam. There it is. Got another one. One for Nanostacks now. Let's see what else we can pick up. We get one for Dan. Let's see here. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. This one is a normal. Normal, normal, normal. How about 36? Doug? Doug gets another normal coin. Well, we gave it a shot. Gave it a shot anyway, right? It's number 37. Dirty Water. Alright. Another nut. That one could be an RPM after all. Look at that. Right in the center of the letter, you've got a line. This one could replicate throughout some of the other coins in the row. I just haven't noticed it yet. We'll put that one in a stack of its own. Go on to number 38. There's another RPM. That's a nice one too. That one's for Eric. Eric gets that one. So one that Eric can keep after he processes the roll. Another one with the die chip, and that's a nothing. Okay, let's see, coin number 40. Dan, might be your last chance, Dan. Let's see. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope again. Well, coin 41. Back to Carl. Carl. Nothing there. Unfortunately. You get to ride in the back of the bus with Dan. Got the same die as him. How about number 42, Stan? Does Stan get to ride with Dan, or does Stan drive the bus? Let's see. Drive on. That's hard to tell. We got that line in the middle of the mint mark. I'll hold it. We'll see. Might turn up to be something and might not. Coin 43 now for Carl. Probably Carl's last coin. And got a nothing. Got a nothing coin. Just in case you guys didn't pick up at an earlier reveal, I will not be having an auction or reveals over the next couple of weeks. I've got vacation planned, and I'm going to take that vacation and enjoy it with my beautiful wife and her cousin. He's coming down from Michigan to spend some time with us. Let's see what Otis gets. No. Unfortunately not. Well, we're not going to get half the roll as RPMs, but we do get quite a few. I mean, anytime we get more than 8 in a roll, that's a lot. There's Taco John. Not one of the RPMs. Yeah, let's see. Coin 48, Mark Thomas. Also not one of them. That's one of the die chip coins again. $49. Brad. There's one of them right there. That one's for Brad. Getting down to the nitty-gritty, close to the end of the roll. Let's see if coin number 50 turns out to be one of our RPMs or it turns out to be normal. It's for Carl. And not an RPM. So I appreciate everybody. I thank you for being here. I'm going to be out for a bit, but I shall return. We'll have an auction after I come back. You guys have a great day. I'll run through real quick the names of the people who get one of those RPMs. And there we go. Appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. And I'll see you next time. Have a good day.